So again, we're in the classroom and little Jimmy has another question for us. He wants to know why trees have height limits. Why can't they just keep growing and growing and growing? So I found a source from howstuffworks.com, and it's a short little article about how tall trees can grow. So in 2008, a study proposed that the maximum height for a Douglas fir, which is one of the world's tallest trees, is about 453 feet. But why is there a limit? That's our question, or little Jimmy's question. Trees are supposed to be nature's skyscrapers, impossible to hem in. This cap exists because trees can only pull water so far up their trunks. So it has to do with being able to pull water all the way to the tops of the trees, which makes sense. So the transporters in question are pitted dead cells called tracheids that move water from one cell to the next. The diameter of these all-important pits shrinks as you ascend into a tree's upper reaches, complicating water transport. Eventually, the flow of water reaches the leaves and branches near the top, dwindles off or stops, and the struggling sections experience drought stress. They become dehydrated and die, establishing a de facto maximum height for that tree. Researchers think these progressively narrowing tracheids help trees to survive. Height poses the problem of air bubbles. The taller the tree, the more likely it will develop a xylem embolism, a process in which air bubbles block the passage of water. Xylem is the tissue that makes up a tree's vascular system and allows it to transport water and minerals from the roots to the rest of the plant. So remember from science class we had xylem and phloem transports the food, and then the xylem's the water. A xylem embolism then is similar to a human air embolism, in which air enters the bloodstream and causes potentially severe complications. The tracheids try to prevent such air bubbles and withstand the increased pressure, but that protection comes at a price. Less water, and the researchers suggest a cap on how tall trees can grow. So it all has to do with these air bubbles. Another tree height study published 4 years prior posted the maximum height of a tree at 426.5 feet. The study examined coast redwoods or sequoia trees, currently the world's tallest trees, and based the projection on factors like existing weather conditions, photosynthesis levels, water flow, and carbon dioxide levels. Not surprisingly, healthy factors like water flow and photosynthesis decreased in the higher portions of the massive trees, while unhealthy factors like carbon dioxide increased. But ultimately, as with the firs, it all comes down to the xylem. These redwoods pull water up through their trunks as other trees do. Although they can absorb some water from a fog that often surrounds them in their native California and Oregon environments, before attaining their maximum height, they shoot up to about 9.8 inches annually.